Shikumari and I welcome you all to today's session. So before I start, I would like to thank our sponsors, ScriptRunner, DQ Global, Proximo 3, Redspire, Agilicis, and Hitachi Solutions. Now moving on to today's session. So first of all, who am I? So I am a global CEO at Blockchain Kids, which is an organization that aims to eliminate child trafficking from this world by building a blockchain that can sustain on its own and help save every child in this world from child trafficking. But to do so, we need your support so that together we can eliminate child trafficking from this world and make this world a better place for children. So, these are the different platforms through which you can connect with us. You can connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, our YouTube channel through our YouTube channel, which is Blockchain Kids, or you can also connect with us on LinkedIn, and you can also check out our website, which is blockchainkids.net. Now, moving on to today's session. Why is it worth spending your time? Well, that's an obvious question. What value are you gonna generate after this session? Well, after this session, you will have a basic knowledge of what Power Apps is and how it works. So, you can take it as a zero to hero edition. But what exactly are we gonna learn in this edition? Well, that's where our today's agenda comes in. So first, we would be learning what is Power Apps. Next, we will learn why Power Apps. So by why Power Apps, what I mean over here is that why implementing Power Apps in business, social organizations, or education is a good idea. And then we will be learning the key features of Power Apps, after which we will have a demo where I would be making a French dictionary to give you a good idea of how Power Apps works, and we will be ending it with a thank you note. So, without any further ado, let's get started. So first of all, what is Power Apps? So Power Apps is a tool that can help you create custom apps by leveraging many of the features of Office 365 and Microsoft Power Platform. But what sets Power Apps apart from other offerings is that while it can be used by developers, it can also be used by non-technical people like a business analyst. So with Power Apps you can create custom apps, and but the key point over here is that just like its cousin Microsoft Flow, Power Apps also successfully brings the power of process automation to a non-technical audience. And if you're talking about Power Apps and you have a process and it requires many of the different parts of the Microsoft universe like SharePoint, Excel, Dynamics 365, then an app based on Power Apps has the potential to bring all of that together into a one handy convenient experience for your user.
Okay, so now let's come to why it is a good idea to implement Power Apps in business, education, or with social organizations. So, as a student myself, let's first discuss education. So, I would say that Power Apps has helped me a lot in my studies. One of the apps that I made was a Sanskrit dictionary, and I remember after that I also made a French version of that, and I'm going to show you guys the demo of the same today, the French version. But before that, let's see why Power Apps can be a good choice for students. So students like to do things that pull out their creativity and gives instant results. And both of these things are fulfilled by Power Apps, making it a good option for students. And while with all of this, it also has a drag and drop system, which makes it even more appealing to the non-technical audience. And it can also be used by teachers to do many of their work. So after learning all of these things, I would definitely say that Power Apps can bring a good change in education. Okay, so now let's talk about business. So when your business in its initial days and you lack both money and manpower, but you guess what? You need automation. Then Power Apps can count as a lifesaver for you because it's low cost and you don't need a lot of technical knowledge to work with it. And to top it all off, it also has speed, which is sort of a great advantage in business. Because of its tons of features, it makes it a lot easier to do the work fast and get the things done on the time that you want them, right? So, after hearing all of this, we can definitely say that Power Apps is like a ready to cook meal that you have all the instructions, ingredients, all you have to do is put all of that together. Okay, so now let's talk about social organizations. So, often a lot of social organization wants to make apps to support their vision, like Blockchain Kids has a vision to eliminate child trafficking, just like that many other social organizations have their visions to achieve. But the biggest problem over here is that when they want to make apps or they want to bring automation, they don't have enough funds, which acts as a big barrier and stops them from achieving their vision and bringing a change in the society. But with Power Apps, this problem is solved because it's low cost and you don't need quite of an experienced developer to work with it. So you save a lot of money over there also. So overall, we can say that Power Apps is a good option to support all those social organizations that want to be technically advanced, they want to bring automation and achieve their vision.
Okay, so now let's discuss the key features of Power Apps. So the first one that we have is Solution Maker. So to build a simple functional app with Power Apps, you do not need any coding experience. It has a simple drag and drop interface. All you need to do is bring all of the elements of your app in one place, and that's it. Your app is ready. And as I told you before, it's like a ready to cook meal. You have all the instructions, you have all the ingredients. All you have to do is put all of that together and have your meal. So the next one we have is easily connectable with other services of Microsoft. So another reason to use Power Apps is that the simple process of its connectivity with other services of Microsoft like Excel, OneDrive, SharePoint, etc. Next, we have Canvas apps. So, designing and building a business app from Canvas in Microsoft Power Apps is super easy, and you can do it without writing code in a traditional programming language such as C Sharp. So you can design the app by dragging and dropping elements onto a canvas, just as you would design a slide in PowerPoint or create an Excel like expression for specifying logic and working with data. Next, we have model driven app. So a model driven app is designed its design is a component focused approach to app development. So model driven app design doesn't require code, and the apps you make can be simple or very complex. Unlike canvas app development where the designer has complete control over the app layout, with model driven apps much of the layout is determined for you and largely designated by the components you add to the app. Next, we have Common Data Service or CDS. So, Common Data Service for apps lets you securely store and manage data that's used by business application. So, data within CDS for apps is stored within a set of entities. An entity is a set of records used to store data, similar to how a table stores data within a database. So CDS for apps includes a base set of standard entities that cover typical scenarios, but you can also create custom entities specific to your organization and populate them with data using Power Query. So app makers can then use Power Apps to build rich applications using data. Next, we have user-friendly interface. So Power Apps comes with an easy to use and user-friendly interface. You can build business apps easily on this platform even if you have zero development experience. And one of the things that make it user-friendly is its drag and drop system, as I told you before. Next, we have connectivity with cloud. So Power Apps is extremely easy to connect with cloud services like SQL, Google Drive, and Dropbox. You can also connect it with MS CDS as well. If you build an app on Power Apps and want to share it with your co-workers, don't worry, you can easily share it with anyone you want within the same organization. But make sure that the person you want to share is within the same organization. Next, we have cost effective. So, software or app development is one of the most expensive things a business has to spend upon. And if you want a simple business application but you can't afford developers, simply start using this awesome tool. That's the biggest advice I can give you. And the last but not the least, portals. So Power Apps and Dynamics 365 makers can create a new type of app called portals to create a website that can be extended to users who are outside your organization and can sign it with a wide variety of identities or even browse the content anonymously. So portals gives you the ability to build low code responsive websites which allow users to interact with the data stored in common data service. And with that, we completed all of the key features of Power Apps. Now, let's move on to the demo.
Okay, so when you come on the home page of Power Apps, you will see something like this. So before we start making the French dictionary, I want to tell you guys that there are a total of two different types of apps that you can make. So the first one is known as a Canvas app, and these apps provide a comfortable environment to create what you need. Rather than using complicated coding or programming tools, you have something much different for use. To create the app, you can drag and drop various elements into your canvas from whatever you require. Throughout, you can format the right conditions and settings that are needed to make the application work. And if you're utilizing existing data sources, you can create apps that integrate directly with them without any issue. So all of which can be done using a whole selection of Microsoft and third-party sources that are compatible. Microsoft has developed over 200 unique sources of data integration, including Office 365, Dynamics 365, SQL, SharePoint, and the Common Data Service. So the rest is fully customized apps that can be easily shared by any member of your organization. So the next type of app that we have is the model app. So if the app that you are designing requires complex business logic, you may need to have what is called a model app. So model apps can run as either a standalone or as the backend to a Canvas app. So one of the core benefits of model-driven apps is that their ability to generate data models. So when inputted, the data is defined as a structure which allows the app to conform to your information. No matter the source, the app conforms to your data and not the other way around. Similarly, whenever you develop an application, having consistent business processes can be a deciding factor. So the various steps that make up your process can be the guide to an app's successful creation. So once this is all finished, you can use your app designer to develop the final product. No matter how complex or easy What matters is the steps that you provide the basis for its completion. The simple application architecture allows you to customize the app without creating new code. So with that, we completed both types of apps, and now let's move on to our dictionary. So before making the dictionary, let me just show you guys the Excel sheet that I've prepared where I have the data of both the French words and their meanings in English. So we are just gonna go over here, come over here, go into Excel. Go in French tick. So this is the spreadsheet that I've made, and it has the data. So there's the word in French, and oh, there's some error over here. What? Okay, it's loading. It's loading. So you'll just wait for a moment. Okay, it's loaded. I don't know what happened over here. There should be meaning as the title. So let me just write meaning over here. Meaning. Okay, now we're good to go. So these are the words, their meanings, and I have added around 70 words. I can add more when I'm like when you're making the dictionary on a very high scale, but this was just a demo, so I only added 70 words. So the name of the spreadsheet is French Tick. Now coming back to Power Apps, so when you want to create your app, you have to go in other data sources. You have this over here. So you just need to click on other data sources. And then just use the connection that you want. So I'm going to use Google Sheets and going to choose the one that I want. I don't know. Okay, it's over here, French Tick. And just going to choose a table, then connect. Okay, so it's getting the things ready. This might take some time. And there you have it, your very own French dictionary just created in like 10 to 20 minutes. It's amazing because normally it will take a lot of time in a normal development process, but with Power Apps, it's just a piece of cake. So now I'm going to tell you guys how you can customize your app in a more better way, like add colors, icons, basically customization. So before we start customizing the app, let's just see how it works. So I'm going to search Bonjour, and here we have the meaning good morning, word bonjour. So, oh, let me just go back first. Yeah. Yeah. So this, you have kind of app, but it's raw. We need to customize it. So what we are going to do first of all is that we're going to delete the unnecessary icons, like this plus sign icon is not needed, so I'm just going to delete it. So to delete, you need to select on the icon, then you will see it in the tree view, just delete. And you need to remember the name, so the name of this, now you need to remember the name of the icon because you will get error in the code because the icon was there and it was written in the code, but now that you have deleted it, the code is clueless. The code doesn't know like which icon are you talking about. So this is a small error, we can fix it. All you need to do is edit in the formula bar and just delete the name of that icon and you will be good to go. So let's delete it over here. And yeah, we are good to go. Now coming to color. So when you want to change the color or customize any icon, just click on it and you go in properties and then you can change the text. So let's change the text to French Dick, short for dictionary. And then you can change the font size. So let's change it to 30. And then you can change the color of the font. So I'm gonna change it to black. Yeah. And then you can also change the color of the icon. So I'm gonna change it to this one. Yeah. And we're gonna do the same for the other icons. And yeah, we have changed the colors. So let me just bring it over here. Now let's change the color of the search box. So we're gonna select it, go in properties, and first let's change the hint text to just search. And then change the color. So we're gonna change the color to this one. Yeah. And then change the color of the body, which is going to be let's keep it this one. Yeah. So now that we have customized the first page, now let's move on to the second page. So we're gonna play, go on to the second page, and yeah. Now both of these icons that you see over here are not important, so let's just delete. Now as I told you before, you're gonna get an error, but no need to worry, just delete the name of those icons and you will be good to go. Now let's change the color. First of all, let's change the text to French Dick and then change the font size to 30. Change the color to, we're gonna change the color to pink, light pink or whatever the shade is. And then we're gonna do the same for this icon. Change the color and use black, like use the color black for the word black. We're gonna do the same for this one, black. Okay, so first of all, let's change the color of the body to this. Yeah. Then change the word advanced. Change this to word. Then we're gonna just increase the font size of word to 27 and change the font to this and change the color to black. Then we're gonna change the font size of this to then change the color to black. Gonna do the same for this. I think we can increase this size to 30, that would be better. And it's to 27. Yeah, now it's looking good. Then we're gonna go in meaning. We're gonna change its font. We're gonna change the font size to 30. Change the color to black. Then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna change the color to black. change the font size to 27. And yeah, with that, we completed our French dictionary, our very own French dictionary. So now let's see how it works. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna play this, go back, and search for a word. So, like if I search for bonjour and I get the word, I'm gonna click it and I get the meaning, good morning, and the word is bonjour. So you can see how we just made our very own French dictionary in just few minutes, and you can also make it. And with this, we come towards the end of the session, and I hope that you guys liked it.
And do note that after 14 days, my session will be uploaded on YouTube. So stay tuned. Bye.